Hello everyone, we are back for Season 3, Episode 4 of Jurassic Adventure. Let's begin. Right now this episode is already taking place after the end of the last episode. Horace and Jax are right now just grazing again. But Jax, he is seemingly wanting to attempt to get some mates since of Horace's encouragement last time. But Jax, thanks to, his childhood nightmares, he just cannot bring himself to do it right now. But what he can do is at least hang out with his best friend. But finally, after a week later, Jax decides to take the challenge and goes to fight another male. Horace will be waiting for him here. He believes in Jax. That's when finally, after almost 2 hours of the day he's been traveling, he finally spots his potential challenger. This young male bull Pseudoceratops is just as ignorant as Jax hoped to be. This Pseudoceratops is chaotic, noxious, and without reasoning. And he spots Jax, and he already knows the look on Jax's face. This Pseudoceratops, being the gloating kind he is, he instantly challenges the young male. Jax is hesitant, since it's been almost 2 decades since he's last done this. But to live on his father's legacy, he accepts the challenge. Both of them are at ease with one another, because both of them are at the exact same height and weight, meaning this is an even battle between these two giants. Just to remind you, the one on the left is Jax, and the one on the right is the opponent. You can tell by looking at their frills. Jax has the conical eyes on his frill. As for the ignorant one, he has a little bit more of a crooked eye on his frill. Jax pats the ground, and so does his opponent, getting ready to joust. And that's when they joust. Right now, he's already knocked down his opponent, but their horns continue to lock. Meanwhile, back with Horace, he's currently having a peaceful time. Horace is right now just living life and just grazing. Now, he's sad ever since the events of him losing his herd, and he is still sad that he's getting too old to be an alpha anymore. But he's at least thoughtful of his best friend, and he believes in Jax wholeheartedly, as he knows that kid has experience, and he knows that kid will succeed eventually. But unfortunately, not all happy endings happened without a sacrifice. Horace turns around to see it, but then it is too late. Meanwhile, with Jax, his opponent and him are still locked at horns. But as it looks like Jax's opponent might win, that's when he starts overpowering him, and then he throws him down. His opponent, with a fractured vertebrae, he walks off in defeat and humiliated. Jax has done it. After the past 20 years of him being an Omega, he has now officially reached an ultimate level. And now, hopefully females will be interested in him and find him as a worthy alpha to lead the herd to once more. Jax is so eager to tell Horace, he runs back to him. Jax looks for Horace, but he finds him just what's left of him. Jax is not believing he's dead. Right now he's trying to wake him up. He can see there's cuts and bruises and there's bites all over him. He's wondering who did this, but then he gets his answer. Because approaching is Jax's killer. I mean, Horace's. I'm really sorry I messed that up. The culprit for this murder is another male T-Rex. Not Hunter. This is actually a green male. But this male, as you can see, he is a ruthless killer that will kill anything that tries to get in his way. And it seems like he's not done, as he's about to finish Jax too. Jax, he is so shocked what just happened, but he is not about to let his friend die like this, at least not without some revenge. So Jax charges up all of his rage and channels his inner demons as he takes on this beast. But Jax misses. He shoves him, and then it proceeds to attack him. Luckily, he's not bitten onto Jax's neck, but he has bitten onto one of his horns. Jax has managed to cut this T-Rex right in the face, but that just made it angrier. That's when this T-Rex grabs Jax by the frill and then proceeds to drag him somewhere. That's when this T-Rex drags him towards the rocks and then proceeds to bash his head against them. Jax lays there in defeat as he's ready to accept his fate that destiny has laid out before him. Death by a T-Rex. But as it seems like Jax is about to die, that's when suddenly something incredible happens. As it seems like the T-Rex is about to finish him, suddenly Jax slowly but surely gets back up, but he realizes his savior is Horace. He's came back for one last time to wish Jax luck again and trying to keep as much time as he can, because Jax, he needs to run. And Horace is trying to buy him time. Jax does not want to leave his best friend behind, but Horace beckons and begs him to run. Jax, so distraught and just full of emotions, he takes off. As for poor Horace, the T-Rex then throws him back down and proceeds to finish him. Horace says goodbye to the earth that once nurtured him and his best friend as the T-Rex lands the final blow. He grabs him by the neck and then he snaps his neck, ending the tale of this old and yet wise male Stegosaurus. As for the T-Rex, he is victorious. 2 days has passed since that incident. Jax has never felt this alone in his entire life. His only best friend has just died, and he does not know what to do. Horus was the only friend he had. Fujiwai was his nemesis. Horus was his best friend, and ever since that day they became friends. When Fujiwai tried to kill each other, when Fujiwai tried to kill them, Jax has never left Horus's side, but sadly, he's gone. Jax, he's not eat, drank, nor slept throughout these past 2 days. Right now he's just sitting here, waiting for something to happen. Jax hears a familiar roar. He recognizes that roar anywhere, so he goes to investigate. Jax sees a sight that he was never anticipating to see, and that is, speaking of the Blue Devil, it is Fujiwai himself. And it seems like he's already made a new enemy. A Carnotaurus. These two have been fighting for the past 2 hours, and Fujiwai is sadly getting really injured and really exhausted. The Carnotaurus tosses him down. As the Carnotaurus is about to finish him, Jax thinks about what he should do in this situation. He is still very conflicted with Horus's death, but yet, he kind of feels bad for Fujiwai. He has no idea why, but he just feels like he needs to save him. But Jax is, of course, really concerned he shouldn't, because Fujiwai has ruined his life, or at least his parents did. And without that, his father would have still been here. Right now, Jax is just so angry, but yet so emotional, he just doesn't know what to do. So, he makes the final decision. As Carnotaurus is about to finish poor Fujiwai, that's when the Carnotaurus is confused why a Pseudoceratops is helping out an Allosaurus, but he doesn't care, as he's too hungry to even care. So he targets Jax too, but Jax actually bites the Carnotaurus. And thanks to that very sharp beak, he easily penetrates the Carnotaurus' hide, and even rips off a decent piece of flesh. The Carnotaurus has realized how dangerous Jax is, and of course realizes how terrifying he is. The Carnotaurus runs. As for Fujiwai, he slowly gets back up. The two stare each other down. Fujiwai is so confused why his arch nemesis would save him. But Fujiwai gives him his gratitude and proceeds to walk off. As the saying goes, your greatest enemy's enemy is your enemy. And Jax makes it clear that him and Fujiwai, maybe they could make an alliance. But for now, because they are predator and prey, that relationship might not work out. Maybe in a different life, the two of them will become allies. But for now, this just goes to show that Jax and Fujiwai are not mindless dinosaurs. They are full of feelings, and they will continue to be.